Howdy there folks, this is Lapidary Dave, and right now I'm checking out all of these end cuts that I freshly grinded to 80 grit using two different flat laps, a 60 and an 80. All of these stones once upon a time were held in a clamp or glued to a piece of wood and cut using a slab saw or a trim saw. I like to take advantage of the one side being flat, grind out the saw marks, polishing it up, and then you're left with a beautiful specimen. One side that's rough or has the natural cleavage, and then one side showing all the goodies. Right now, the goal is to take all of these to about 220 using two different flat laps, a 180 flat lap as well as a 220 flat lap. The 180 flat lap is an older design. It's my favorite wheel to use. It uses like an aluminum tape and fiberglass to hold the diamonds in as a flat. And I believe it to be perhaps even more aggressive and leaves a finer finish than my 220 flat lap. If this is the case, I'm going to stop at the 180. I'll be able to tell after grinding one piece on the 220. After the 220, I'll be taking all of these stones to silicone carbide sponge-backed flat laps to take them to about 1,000. From there, I'll decide what's going to be finished more, what's just going to get zammed or fabulous diamond paste, and what's going to be taken to 14,000 on my diamond grinder. Anyway, right now, the two of the last flat laps, hard flat laps. Let's do it. Okay folks, outside here with my little 6-inch flat lap high-tech all you need. I'm gonna start grinding with this 180 lap. The base of this lap is like fiberglass. Then it's like an aluminum tape with the diamonds inside of that. I don't know if these were supposed to be cheaper back in the day or if these were superior. I absolutely love this. I have a 200 lap here, and I believe this 180 is finer and more aggressive. It's an interesting design, and I haven't seen this since. If anybody knows where to find these kind of laps, let me know. Or if you have any information. Anyway, I'm going to give them both a shot. This is brand new, so maybe after breaking in for a second, it will feel more like 200 than slightly more aggressive than 180. Then again, this lap costs, I believe, $4. So I'll start with the 180. I'm using my little 2.5 gallon Poland Spring drinking water container. Alright, gonna finish off all these flats. Beautiful off. Alright folks, just got done grinding everything to 200 and 180. At first the 200 was more aggressive than the 180, and after it broke in, it was about the same. So there's no point of me going to one or the other after I'm finished grinding like I thought I would do. So now I'm going to go straight to the silicon carbide pads. I'm going to be using a 220 silicon carbide pad. There we go. This particular black plastic master lap came with a very old high-tech machine a friend of mine bought for $35. I bought the sponge pads from Kingsley North, I believe. I like this style because I don't need to use that pin thing. Yeah, the top spindle thing. I prefer this way. I also just remember that I have to adjust this and get a set of pliers to remove it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and start grinding. Yep. These are really awesome pads I bought off of eBay. ABX, I believe, is the company. They're about $1 each. Also, the plan of action is to, instead of doing the large stuff first, now to do the hard stuff first. Because that's going to take the longest. So I like to do the more difficult stuff first and then the easy stuff. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Okay folks, here are all the stones that are finished to 220 using my flat lap with the silicon carbide wheel. And here are all the stones that were just too tough. A little bit more than half, it seems. Some of these stones were completely capable of being grinded on here, such as this picture jasper. I actually grinded a piece right here using the flat lap. It came out well. That one did not. Perhaps because of this crystal stuff here on the end, it's slightly softer. I don't know. Some stones were hardly even fazed by the silicon carbide. The silicon carbide wheel was practically burnishing the scratches left from the diamond flat wheel on this piece of agate. It just was not going to work. If I had all day, perhaps something to hold it on there and come back in an hour or so, yeah, it would work, but it's just not working out. It's got to get hit on the grinder. I've actually seen Covington machines that do that. Clamp the flat lap. Some surprises, some things I weren't expecting to not be able to be worked on the silicon carbide are stones like this piece of tiger's eye iron, I'm not sure. But it was surprising. Silicon carbide just didn't tear this thing apart. And this coral. It was licking the coral, but it was just taking too long. So they're going to get hit on the grinder, which will make real short work of this stuff. It's pretty soft. Anyway, this is Lapidary Dave. All of that wasn't in vain. I definitely saved a lot of life on my hard wheels, my lapidary grinder. These are going to get finished off on this lapidary machine. I'm going to take these to 400, 600, 1,000, and then some kind of polish. This is Lapidary Dave. Thank you folks so much. I worked the heck out of my little high-tech here. See you next time.